All right, this is an exercise toward increasing core tension and strength, especially for people who are more flexible and tend to be pretty snaky in the space between the ribcage and the pelvis. And this starts out with something pretty basic. So these are leg lifts. And the idea here is basically to get used to holding tension all through that area and work to a point where you're actually fatiguing it. So you come back to this every few days when you don't have any more muscle soreness. And this is a warm-up toward other exercises that do require the bracing, because it's easiest to turn on, I've usually found, when you're just laying on your back and you're not increasing any real load in that area and you're not lifting anything in particular. So to start this out, you come down onto your back, and just see that your belly's pulled in, your low back stays down, and keeping the low back on the mat is the primary thing you want to pay attention to here. You're going to bring your hands behind your head, fingers interlaced, palms open, elbows wide. If it doesn't strain your neck too much, you can do this without using your hands. Most people do like to have their hands behind the head. And then from here, just keep your belly pulled in, extend your legs toward the ceiling, and straighten your legs as best you can. If your hamstrings are tight, you can always bend your knees, but start this out so that you've got a position where your ankles are stacked directly over your hips, and just keep your legs as straight as you can. Point through the toes. Now, if you got the flexibility for straight legs, keep your knees locked, keep your gaze forward toward your thighs, and then 50 rounds of this, okay? So just take it bit by bit, doesn't have to be super slow, but go ahead and bring your heel down to the floor, low as you can go without your low back lifting, and then come back up. And now I'm coming down with my left foot, and then bringing this back up again, and that's one round. So just take it back and forth, keep the motion smooth, keep looking forward, and after you get through about 10 of these, pushing toward 20, you're probably gonna feel things start to tire out around your midsection here. And really pay attention. Keep your low back down on the floor. If you find that your low back is starting to lift, just go ahead and restrict your range, and maybe don't lower your feet quite so far, because the thing that you want to pay attention to is that you can hold your bracing as you're going through all these repetitions. And it should take at least a solid minute to get through this, probably closer to 2 actually here, which is a long time to hold on to as you're moving like this. And you just want to keep the motion steady, keep your legs straight, and just be intent on having your low back on the floor. Now, once you get to the last round, right heel down, just keep it lifted to where you can actually hold, and then pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then switch. And then the left leg comes down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. And give yourself a moment just to relax. And then you come back into this. So after you've done 50 rounds of single leg back and forth, just lifting and lowering, and going through the pulsing on the last round, come back to the original setup. Belly pulled in, low back down, keep looking forward toward your thighs. And again, the low back stays on the floor before you worry about anything else. Now keep your legs as straight as you can from the beginning, and then lower both legs. Now you're probably not going to go as far. You only go so far as you can keep your low back on the floor, and then just come back up to straight. And so you're just doing 10 of these. And pay attention to what you're doing here. Go slow, doesn't have to be excruciating, but you're not just zipping through these. You want to be able to feel the tension as you come down. It should be a good amount of effort once you come to the limit of what you can actually hold. Let's see, I think that's about 5. I'll come back up. 6. And I'll come back up. 7. And then up. 8. And then up. 9. And then up. And 10. Then come back up and relax. And just let everything go. You're probably going to want to twist out a little bit just to let go of some of that tension and feel your midsection stretch out.